Gracias.
camera.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta lean towards me a little bit.
Let's do it.
Rob, we may have to squeeze.
Oh yeah,
Squeezing
no,
in.
no worries.
We may have to
No worries,
squeeze
mate.
All right.
you.
I mean, I feel like these chairs are also like.
We're as close as we can be.
No, of course, with the chairs, I know this chair's too big.
I gotta bring these closer.
All right, guys, welcome to the Podcast Guys Live.
All right, we
They're-
have a total of 0 viewers right now, so we'll give it a few minutes. Hello to all 0 of
It's
you.
party time.
we'll give 'em a-
Let's do it.
We'll give them a second to jump in. They're jumping in as we speak.
What are you guys manifesting this year for 2026?
I guess
Abundance.
abundance
Yeah.
for sure, but
Abundance.
like I feel like a lot of time for myself too.
All right.
I feel like I've been so work and like social like prioritized that like I would love to have time to just
Have some time to unwind.
hell yeah, that's the only way. What the
Yeah, no, I feel like 2026 is like time to look at new goals, make new goals, work
course.
towards achieving new goals. And like a micro goal of mine is to change my primary care provider.
Oh, really?
don't make me laugh.
Where'd you come with that decision? How come?
Because like I think taking your health seriously is important, and like I can say I took it for granted for so long and I'm still super healthy, but the fact that I dread calling my primary care provider is a problem and I should probably solicit better help in my healthcare. That's all.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers
Definitely.
to feeling comfortable and addressing your health with the
You're
right
super healthy, I
professional.
noticed. You only drink water.
Cheers to that. Boom.
Cheers.
I wouldn't say I'm super
Boom.
healthy, but
We're
Well,
both
we only drink
You don't drink
organic
wine sometimes?
wine.
we're both drinking water over here, so it's all good.
You got a whole, what is that?
They're
half a gallon
thirsty.
or a gallon?
Yeah, it's a gallon. Natural spring water.
Where are you guys spending New Year's anyway?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I usually spend until ball drops with my parents, and then after I meet up with my friends. So we'll see. I mean, they're going to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the city. You can't beat the city for New Year's.
I feel the same way.
It's always
like, if
the
you're
wildest
gonna, if you're
part.
actually gonna
We went to
get-
Jersey City like last year for New Year's, and we ended up in the city afterwards, like at the 2 a.m.
Randomly.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Like the only time I ever beat like New Year's in New York is when I literally spent it in Tulum, and that was to
Oh,
me the
yeah.
only
That's a
other
whole
way
Yeah,
to
that's
spend
with those
it.
muchachos over there.
Yeah, because well, because for me, it's like my New Year's resolution was like I'm gonna start my year off on a beautiful beach with like amazing food and drinks and people, like to set the tone for the rest of my year. So, other than New York City, Tulum is a great place to accomplish that.
Very
Awesome
nice.
stuff. Awesome stuff. Oh, welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
We have 3 lovely ladies on the show. We are the podcast guys, Rob and Nando. We have Sherry, Sheena, and Gabby on the show. So if you guys want to participate on the live, just shoot us over a super chat. We'll announce your comment or question on the show. If you have a question for the ladies, let us know. Well, let's get to it. Rob, do you have any question?
Well, why don't we have everyone introduce themselves first?
Actually,
before we
let's
get
have them
into it?
introduce themselves. Even though I said their names already, go ahead and let's go from Sherry. Introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
hi, my name is Sherry. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also a certified hypnotist and manifestation coach.
Hi, my name is Sheena. I'm a fine wine and craft spirit distributor and importer, and I live in New York. Did you say that? I don't know.
And I'm Gabby. I'm an attorney by trade and here for the vibes. And also, I'm born and raised in Queens, New York.
We're definitely getting sued right here afterwards.
100%.
Don't joke
We're
about
so fucked.
don't joke about that one. No, but
Damn,
awesome.
he's been hurt. I
I'm
told you.
kidding. I'm
Damn,
kidding.
Nando's been sued.
We're kidding. We're kidding. No. But no, welcome to the show, ladies. We just actually did a pre-record with the ladies, so that'll be posted up in a couple weeks. So make sure you check that out. Again, guys, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the show. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We're either the Podcast Guys _ the Podcast Guys on most platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Facebook, Spotify, X, the Podcast Guys 5, and YouTube especially. Subscribe to the channel. and let's get into some questions. What question do you have? A question
Yeah,
for
so
the ladies?
let's get into the first question. So, how do you view most American men nowadays in terms of attractiveness, relationship quality, potential husband material? Do you think most men qualify to be your boyfriend or your future husband?
Me?
Any of you guys?
I mean, for me, it's less about the physical and more about the emotional maturity
All right,
and like mental capacity.
all right. So I'm out of the question.
Confidence. No, your question was a little poignant, and you're like, do you think most men are what you're looking for? Like, the answer is no. Like,
All right, that's fair.
I'm looking for something a little bit more special,
right.
someone who I can vibe with, and that's a special connection that you shouldn't have with everybody.
Okay.
When I say most men, no, because I think that the person that I'm supposed to be with is, one person on this planet, in my opinion. So, but I do think that there are a lot of great American men, just like there's a lot of great American women, and I think there's a lot of men that I'm not in alignment with.
Okay.
And that it is what it is.
Actually, I'm gonna retract my statement. I think my husband is a prince in Dubai. Call me.
Now, how many ladies, just to hop on that, how many ladies want a husband that's a prince in Dubai? Just
It was a joke, Nando.
no,
Get
because
your panties out of a butt.
no. You know why? Because a lot of women want the top tier guy, right? But there's not so many top
Oh,
tier
but
men.
no men want top tier women, right?
Well, the thing is that men are looking for women that are top tier in looks, right? Not necessarily like how much they make or what
Okay,
they
so
do.
who said my prince is ugly?
Well, no, it could be it's a whole package. Women want the whole package, right? Women have high standards, right? We've said that in the pre-record. Again, guys,
Right. I think both women and men should and are entitled to having the standards as high as they want, as long as they can meet them themselves.
Fair point.
yeah.
But don't you think that's a part of the problem that like a lot of people are single nowadays because they don't want to settle? Like there's a shared fear between men and women that nobody wants to settle. Men don't want an ugly, overweight woman, and women don't want a broke man or an average man.
Broke man, ugly man, you can mix it up. Yeah, majority, 100%. I mean, how about you, ladies? What are your standards? So we're talking about
Okay,
what
standards.
what are the expectations, right? What are your standards? Go ahead.
Okay, as long as you're able to communicate, you're able to make me feel loved and important and valued. Unfortunately my standards is not as high as they should be, I guess. But it doesn't take a lot to get a lot. I think a big problem with men, not to point fingers or anything,
It's all good.
because
It's all
it's
good.
a general statement, but I feel like
Point those fucking fingers. You
No,
have
I'm
to. You have
kidding.
to. Yeah. Oh.
But like I think a big problem is like you guys get a lot into your head and you compare yourselves to, which we are, we're guilty of as well as women. Like we tend to be like, oh my God, like the whole social media thing, like we said. But I think the issue is when we don't look within and we keep comparing ourselves to others, both men and female.
Okay. Do you have standards, Sherry? What are your standards? What do you? I assume all women have standards, so give us some of yours.
Okay, my standards are I want someone that is loyal, monogamous, passionate, supportive, masculine. Again, supports my vision, good communicator, motivated to change.
Awesome. Okay. How about yours, Gabby? What are your standards?
I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier.
We did.
Which was that I'm the outlier of the three girls where I can admit to the world that I'm a little bit of a commitment phobe. So for me, it starts with how well do you treat me? Because I don't just let anyone in my circle as a friend or as a partner. So for me, it's about like, are you treating me with respect? Are you kind? Do you treat other people that way? Is that genuine for you? If you're going to also be willing to show me those parts of yourself instead of the parts that you maybe think I want to see. Like, I really want to get to know you as a person. And that, as I mentioned earlier, is like first base. And so if we can establish a relationship of like respect and trust and attraction, then the sky's the limit from there. But I'm not going to say the second I meet someone, I'm sizing them up to be my husband or the father of my children. Like, let's start with whether I can even tolerate you in my phone from a day-to-day basis.
Awesome,
Fair, that's
awesome.
very fair.
Cool.
What about
cool.
you guys? What are you looking for?
We'll say that. Let
All right,
me.
how about this? No. I want to hear bullet points.
Did someone say golden showers for all 3 girls?
What?
The
I'm blind.
chats are always wild.
What is
The chat. The
that?
chat's
You can always
wild.
count on the chat to say some
I
wild shit.
can't. I'm so
I
blind.
just
The,
saw
the,
that.
the chat's wild, but don't
What's
don't
it
don't let it
saying?
get to you guys. Shout out to you guys in the podcast guys chat right now. Thank you for
Be
joining
nice.
us.
Be nice.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're just watching us for the first time. We are a men's improvement podcast. It's a dating
blind.
podcast. We have the ladies on talking about. They just talked about their standards, or so. You know what's your?
Yeah, so your question was like, what are most
Can
men
I
looking
see?
for? What
I
are we
wanna
looking
see.
for?
I can't read.
Don't worry about reading the chat. You guys
Men
are gonna get offended.
Sorry.
No, the chat is wild.
You
but
guys are
don't
gonna get
wanna read that
offended.
shit.
You can read it, but you're gonna get offended. So don't get offended.
I had nightmares over the
don't
chat.
say
what they
I-
said to me.
Don't say I told you so.
It hurt
but I
my
told you
feelings.
so.
Men are looking for a woman that is of healthy weight, that is feminine, that is loyal, and that doesn't make their life difficult. I think a man's requirements are very simple compared to a woman's requirements. Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, men's standards, they're not too high, but men want peace, they want submissiveness, they want a woman to be committed to them. They don't want a woman that's a bitch.
In other words,
You know,
you're
that's
not
a-
gonna
that-
hear-
Define a bitch.
You're not going to
She-
hear a man say, I need her to be a size 0 and a virgin, and she has to be this height, and she has to. We're more likely to.
Well, you
kind
did
of
say
compensate-
healthy weight. So what does that mean to you?
A healthy weight? It's not really a number. I mean, just like women say, like it's not about how much you make, it's about how you treat me.
Exactly. But
That's what it comes down to. It's
That's
not
what
about your
so
weight. You could be
you're-
200 pounds,
So
but if
you're
you treat me well,
pettily comparing it to that
Huh?
because you don't make as much.
correct. I make $15 an hour. I need you to make more than me, and I need you to treat me right and be emotionally intelligent.
that's what women say. They want you to make more. They want
And I
you to
need
be
you to value me for who I am, not what I make.
and they want you to be emotionally intelligent. Now, I'm sure you guys bring that up once in a while. What's
Yeah, I
emotionally
was kidding. Wrap it in.
No.
what's emotionally intelligent to you, ladies? What do you feel like emotionally intelligence is to you guys?
Sherry, take over.
Define.
Go for it. Grab the
I'm not
microphone.
Can you define emotional intelligence?
Yeah,
No,
it's-
we cannot because women always still talk about emotional.
I
Oh,
can.
so you
Every woman that we brought on spoke about emotional intelligence.
Wait, Rob, but you don't. That doesn't matter to you.
Emotional intelligence? To a certain degree, it's not.
All right. Can
Well,
I
you
get-
you guys
I
go
feel like
first. I'll
this
go
is the
second.
first time
I'll-
he's
Yeah, I
about
don't.
it.
Let's. Can we get a dictionary?
Okay, so emotional.
Can we define it for Rob?
I would say emotional intelligence would be a man's ability to react to a situation, react to a woman's feelings. Okay, and that's a broad statement, but by essentially we want to be seen and we want our feelings to be validated. We want to be heard, right? And I'm sure men do as well. So emotional intelligence would be the ability to step outside of the need to be right and the need to understand where your partner is coming from and be able to move forward with whatever let's say argument, or it doesn't even have to be an argument situation that,
Chat's
you're
just saying,
talking to.
get the mic a little closer.
Can you give me an example of when you guys were emotionally intelligent with your men?
Here, grab this
Maybe he said something that you disagreed with, or that he pissed
Yeah,
you
I
off.
mean, so I feel like in general, emotional intelligence is just being like, I guess, more willing to understand, being empathetic, right? Like understanding their perspective. I can be compassionate, like, okay, maybe I didn't agree with what you did or what you said, but I can understand your intention and where you're coming from, right? So let's say, I don't know, maybe we got into a stupid argument at the restaurant over like the tip, and I didn't understand where you were coming from and didn't understand where I was coming from, but I was still willing to hear you out and give you the benefit of the doubt because I knew that your intentions were good, but maybe the delivery wasn't as much like what I would have desired it to be.
How about for you? What's emotional intelligence for you? Or one of you ladies.
I just answered, dude.
No, I mean for one of the other ladies.
Like
what do they have to say?
We both answered.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
No, I mean to give emotional intelligence, I guess it's just to
No, it's what do you expect from men to understand about
Do you want us
emotional-
to define it for you, Fernando?
No, I know what it is, but I want you you to say it because I know you said it. So thinking about it, that's okay.
To me, emotional intelligence is somebody that understands that their emotions are not reality. The way you feel at the current moment, you might be pissed off, angry, sad, annoyed. That is not reality. And sometimes you have to accept that and not react.
Okay, I love that answer. Honestly, bravo. Although it might not, like, let's say your anger, your disappointment is rooted in maybe like a misunderstanding or whatever, it's valid, right? Feelings are valid.
I'm a little bit tipsy. One more time. Repeat it more. No,
We're having good wine,
No, no.
guys. Follow Grapevine Spirits.
Cheers.
Uno mas.
Okay, so I was saying I agree with that completely. And although like their emotions might not be your perception of reality, or like maybe you don't think like, hey, they might be like blowing things out of proportion without realizing, right? But at the end of the day, their feelings are valid because that's what they're feeling, right? That's emotional intelligence.
I want to hear Nando's take on this. I'm passing the ball to Nando.
All right. So let me clarify a little bit further, just in case you didn't understand me. I agree with what you said. But all I'm adding to that is that maybe that's not what happened, but that's how you felt. And therefore, you're validated in how you're feeling. But that's not my intention. That's not what I meant. Nando,
If
take over.
somebody insults me and I am angry because of it, my decision to not react because of it is emotional intelligence, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, because you can see things from their perspective. Okay.
I just think emotional intelligence is just men trying to expect women to understanding what women's feelings are in a particular moment when they don't really put it out there like transparent. They're not transparent about it.
The
They're not
ability to
straight
read
out.
the ability to read their emotions.
Read their emotions, understand what they're saying when it means something totally different. I think emotionally intelligent, that term should be just taken out of the equation, and people just should be straightforward with one another instead of women expecting men to understand certain things that they can't. We're not mind readers. Same thing with
Okay.
women. We don't. We don't.
Well, all right. I'm sure you've had a bad day, right, Fernando? We're like,
we all have.
right, we all have. So that being said, like, I feel like it goes both ways. We're like, if you had a bad day, like, I don't mind, being vulnerable and therefore you knowing what you've been through, because I am emotionally intelligent, even though, like, oh God, he's having a fucking bad day again. He has a shitty attitude again. Like, I can still be like, you know what? Let me breathe in a little and give him some grace because he's had a bad day and yada, yada, yada. That's what that is.
Look, I
like,
will say, though-
being able to be compassionate and understand other people's feelings, it does not, I think that, anyway, continue.
I will say that men should understand that women have a certain capacity for a man's emotion. You can only express so much and complain about so much before a woman's not going to really tolerate it.
Well, a man can't be emotional around women for the most part. I mean, that's just what it is because women are going to look at that guy as, oh, this guy is weak-minded. He can't handle a situation where he has to step in and, what if he has to save my life at moment's notice? If he gets too emotional, he won't be able to do that. You guys have something to add?
I think that again, it's important to express yourself. I think that suppressing your emotions can be detrimental, and it's also been linked to causing even like health problems. So I think that a man can express his emotions. I think that, like I said earlier on the pre-recorded episode, that when a man becomes
Just get a little closer.
when a man becomes vulnerable, it can increase intimacy, and I'm not just referring to sexually. I'm talking about closeness. I think that it's a beautiful thing for a man to feel safe and comfortable enough to open up himself to his partner. But there's a line, what we were saying earlier is you also have to have the coping skills to be able to handle, problems in life circumstances, and you can't be constantly pouring your problems onto your partner. So I think that there's a fine line, and for the most part, it can easily be balanced.
Okay, so that tiny bit off topic, but not really. since we're talking, since it's crazy, dating is messy, things are just all out of whack. But we're trying to get it figured out here on the podcast, guys. So again, guys, subscribe to the channel. If you want to participate, I know you guys are commenting. Feel free to send in a super chat, a comment, or a question, and we'll be happy to read it on the show, or ask the ladies. If you have a question for the ladies, we'll be happy to read it to them. But nowadays, a lot of women are picking dogs and cats over men. So do you agree with those ladies that maybe ladies that you know, maybe ladies that you're friends with or whatnot, maybe ladies that you're not friends with, you see from afar? Do you agree with women picking? I'm not saying anything against dogs or cats. I'm a big dog guy anyway. But do you agree with women picking a dog or a cat and just saying this is who I'm good, to be with versus a man, a real person?
I've never heard of. I mean, is that? I mean, I've heard of like fur babies, but like I've never heard of like a fur husband.
Well, what I'm saying is that women prefer to stay single. For the women that prefer to stay single, they're okay with a cat or a dog versus having a legit relationship with someone.
I think that pets offer stability for anyone, not just women. I think men as well. Pets offer stability. They show up for you. They're loyal. They're always there for you. So I wouldn't necessarily say that a man or a woman is choosing a pet over a partner, but I think that it's to have that connection with a living being is a beautiful thing, and it can often put someone in a state of love and of receptive mode to find a good partner.
Okay.
Pets are always going to love you unconditionally. When you come home from work, they're going to be happy to see you. They're going to smile at you. They're going to be jumping up and down. So I think that's why people lean towards like cats and dogs. But
Yeah, I mean,
you're not gonna
obviously,
you're not gonna fuck your cat or dog. You know what I'm saying?
no, obviously. I mean, obviously, overall, I mean,
Rob's
Caveat to that one.
Rob is
That's the caveat.
we're taking
The
this to
only
another-
caveat.
it does
That
come.
he can't fuck.
It does come off as a silly question, but it's a question that I ask nonetheless because of the fact that a lot of women are single. I saw an article of a woman one day. She's like 63 years old. She has a couple of cats, and she's now regretting saying that, oh, I never was able to get my own family, have a man, etc. So, a lot of women are picking the bear in the forest versus the man because it seems like something's up there.
I don't think that woman necessarily chose an animal over a man. I think that it was her life experience and her life journey to not have a partner. So she found companionship with her animal. But I don't think that it can compare to a romantic partner.
So it's not a replacement.
Right.
No.
Okay. Yeah, because to the ladies out there that are just like, oh, I'm okay with living with my cat and dog
And
forever.
any man that's scared of being replaced by an animal.
It's not that we're scared. It's just that women are choosing to be with dogs and cats over, having a relationship with a man because their standards are high.
I don't
So that's
think
what-
anyone's choosing
Please go, Lydia.
no one's choosing like a pet over having like a male partner if they're straight or a female partner if they're not, right? Like I think it's a life choice. Like it's also like whether you like to ski or snowboard. Like it's something really kind of trivial when you're talking about like looking for a life partner or someone that you want to have consistently in your day, in your space, like 24/7, 7 days a week. Like I do have a dog and she happens to be there all the time, but I wouldn't call her a replacement for a significant other whatsoever.
Okay. Question now. For anybody that wants to say if they are or they aren't, is any of the three of you, are you single or in a relationship? If anybody wants to say that they are or they aren't.
I'm single.
Okay.
I don't mind sharing that.
Okay. So what would you say the top 3 reasons are for why you're single?
I just feel like I haven't met my soulmate yet.
That's one. Okay. What else?
Times 3.
You
Times
know what it
3.
is? I think being
mean-
single is a flex nowadays
Well, I will be honest, like
because it means you haven't settled yet. Like,
well,
Same thing
see
for men,
that
too, like, yo, I'm
right,
single.
but that's also like an issue. Like I feel like that whole like discussion around settling and like the phobia of settling also has resulted in rampant like
there has never been a
single-
time where somebody is like, "Yo, I'm married," and you're like, "Yo, props."
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
It is
because
true.
I feel
It is
Congratulate
true.
my girlfriends.
Yeah, like
No, for-
sometimes when
no,
people have
But like, when somebody's like, "Yo, I'm married," you're like,
I mean, like nobody has like a wedding type party for like your singlehood, right? Like people come,
But we
through and
should.
celebrate.
We should have it.
your marriage.
she throws drinker. What
Well,
do they call
no,
it? Drink
so-
parties,
No.
mixers.
But cheers, because I know you're feeling the wine.
No, 'cause that's- we're
Cheers.
single people.
Cheers.
So
You gotta
what?
switch from-
I'm glad I don't
So what I
drink.
do is I don't do it. This is my first party ever. It's called a singles mixer, and basically what it is we have like, single people that are just looking to find a connection, interact with each other, hopefully find something special, and that's it. Like I own a booze company, so we're gonna be doing specials all night.
I think most married people regret their decision.
You think married people regret their
Most of them,
decisions
not
to
all
get
of them, but
married?
most of them do.
Why do you think?
I think most of them are like, I shouldn't have done that.
Why do you think divorces
Back
are?
when I did.
Why do you think divorces are 50 to 60% in separations? There's got to be
By
some
the way, we've had
regret.
a lot of wine, just so you guys know.
Listen, here's my perspective because you've mentioned this statistic before, even on our like pre-record. This
Yeah.
like most women are the ones that initiate divorce, or 50 to 60% of all relationships end in divorce. Like to me, that's playing into like the social construct that like having a forever marriage is the only way in life that you could potentially win. And I think that takes a lot of value away from the time and experience that you give with the person, even if you break up 6 months from now, 10 years from now, etc.
I just think that people get married and they don't expect to get divorced. If you get married, what's the point of getting married if you're going to get divorced or separated
But
eventually?
to me, it doesn't mean that if you were married for 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, that entire time was a failure or a waste, right? Like you got to have a life experience with somebody.
There
that
is some truth to that
you were
because, like,
committed
we could
to.
all look at our past relationships. Like, was it a waste? No.
You did it,
It didn't
right?
work out,
So you're
but-
only beating up yourself at the end of the
I
day
get
if you're
you.
like, I wasted 10 years of my life, and that's
No,
like
I
a
get, I
judgment
get what you're
on
saying. Like,
yourself.
you do
not,
look back
like-
at like past relationships. Like, it wasn't a waste.
Yeah, but the consequences of the decision that you made of getting married and then eventually getting divorced, maybe it
What?
doesn't affect women as much because women
I like you. You have a
Don't-
pink shirt on. Oh.
the what? Well,
Yo,
women.
you're drunk,
wi-
Yeah,
Rob.
no, Sherry's getting a
You're
lot
cut
of love.
off.
I see a lot of pink.
think we had
lady
some
in the
extra wine
comments
tonight.
here.
It better
And
be
everyone
nice.
else thinks that everything we say
I-
is
Please be
stupid.
nice to me.
I think we had some extra wine
Be
tonight.
nice, guys.
But
They're
I
not.
haven't
They're
drank a
not.
sip, so I'm good. But anyway, what I'm saying is that with marriage, you expect to get married, and it should be happily ever after, because or else, what's the point? I mean, you as a woman, you may see it where there's a lot that was great. Yeah, guys too. There's a lot of things that may have happened that are great. Maybe you have kids. I don't see anybody regretting their kids. That would be silly. If anything, that's one big thing. Obviously, the good times, but you expect it to be happily ever after with that one person. And now in the West, in our society, it's not like that. People get married, and then there is a high possibility of divorce, and most of that it's by women. And why do women do that? Because it's not like they are at any disadvantage by getting divorced. Usually, they come out winning.
Well, marriage is supposed to be a sacrifice
because
between
they cheat. Like that, statistically.
who cheats more.
Who cheats?
Who cheats more?
Who cheats more, men or women?
I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that. I don't know. In a marriage, I don't know. I would
Okay.
assume it's men like regularly, but in a marriage, why don't we look it up? You're on your computer.
We could look it up.
I'd love
I
to
wasn't
know.
saying anything, but we
No,
could
no,
look
no.
it
I'm
up.
curious. I'm genuinely curious.
Who cheats more, men or women?
Men report higher rates of
My-
infidelity.
okay, it says men report higher rates of
That's
infidelity than
what
women,
Google AI says.
but it says indicates 20% of married men admit to cheating, 13% of married women, but that's what's reported. So you don't know really what's going on.
We talked about statistics earlier.
That's true.
It's hard, you got
But
to
this is-
question the source.
This is more, yeah. I mean, this is more. It says global survey, so this is a survey. Not everybody's going to come out and say, "Well, I cheated." Not everybody's going to come out and wants to admit that.
Right.
I
'Cause-
think that all relationships serve us. I think that all relationships teach us something, and inevitably they're leading us to our life partner. So if we stop focusing on infidelity and focus on finding someone that's loyal, it will inevitably be led to that type of partner.
Okay, but to ask
I love
about
the way
the
you speak, and I would like you to tell everyone about manifestation.
about cheating real quick though. About cheating.
You're not gonna whatever she talks.
About cheating though. What?
Oh, wait, super chat.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
No, when you talk, I'm like, damn.
Oh, real quick, we got a
That
super
means a lot
chat.
to me.
It's fucking amazing.
We got a super chat. Thank you, Tyrone Washington DK6. It goes ... So DK6
Well,
MO. Out of you three beauties, who is the pinkiest?
yes.
Wait, kinkiest?
Pinkiest.
It says pinkiest.
Like the word color pink.
Thank you. Oh, you nasty.
I don't
Alright.
think they understand your question, but I do. But I don't. I feel
We
better.
understand it, and we're going to decline.
They don't want to comment,
That's
but
not
thank
adding
you.
Manifestation.
That's not adding value to this conversation. Therefore, there's no need for us to reply to that. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the abundance.
Thank you. Thank you, though.
Emotionally intelligent human beings. So tell us a little bit about manifestation.
Yes.
Okay, Rob, what would you like to know? Because there's
Well,
so
number one,
many. I could literally talk about this all day.
What is manifestation? How has it affected your life? And how can other
Okay,
people
so
manifest?
manifestation is the ability to make the invisible visible. It's the idea that your thoughts, which is really, if you break it down, it's your state of consciousness, create your reality. So, what was your next question after that?
How can people manifest things into their lives?
Just guys talking to the mic. Nobody
How
can
can
hear
people
you.
manifest things into their lives? Whether it's money, happiness, relationships, success.
Well, that could be a very, very long answer, but to simplify it, it's to essentially start responding to reality from the version of you that already has what they're desiring. So, for example, let's talk about money. Let's shift topics from dating and relationships and talk about money for a second. Money is a frequency. And again, these belief systems might not be shared by the average person, but this is essentially the law of attraction, or like the quantum physics theory of reality. When we spend money, we often feel, most people, depending on what they were born into, or what their life circumstances have shown them, feel fear. They feel like there's never enough. They can never get ahead. Like there's always a bill coming up. But if you simply respond from the version of someone that has a lot of money, so for example, when I spend money, I've created a habit of saying to myself, I love you, thank you. Almost like talking to money as if it's a living being, because it is a frequency. Everything is energy, right? I love you, thank you, and there's more always coming. Or I just spent $100, I'm gonna receive 1,000 more. So it's not necessarily like I'm going out here and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars or telling people to do that, but it's just changing your mindset surrounding that. So if we take that and we move that into love and relationships, you start responding from the version of you internally that can trust your partner, or whatever qualities are important to you, that you can trust your partner, that people can be loyal, that you can be with someone until you take your last breath in this lifetime, that not everyone is bad, and that there is one person out there for you that's perfect for you. You're changing your internal state. Therefore, physical reality is a mirror. It has to show, manifest in your reality.
Amazing.
Boom.
You.
Play a fucking sound.
Beautiful. All right, guys, this has been fun.
It's closer to you.
We gotta go.
Couple more questions, and then we'll
No,
wrap it
we
up.
gotta go.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to wrap it up, guys.
About all you get for tonight. So
We'll do it again soon.
Maybe we'll think about it.
Maybe we'll think about it. They probably are upset, but we're good.
We're not upset.
Okay, good. So
Sounds like
we are going to run, guys. We did a pre-record. Make sure you check out the pre-record, the podcast, guys, on all our socials. Subscribe to the channel. We will again post that pre-record coming up in 2026, early 2026. So be on the lookout for that. And that's pretty much it for the ladies. You want to drop one more time where they can find you last time? Because we dropped it on the pre-record, but I don't know if we dropped it on the live. So
Madame, please.
Well, I am a certified hypnotist as well as a manifestation coach, so you can find me on TikTok, ShareBear, that's SHERBEAR 0422. And then you can also find me on Instagram, ShareBear again, SHERBEAR 0711.
Amazing. I'm Charmin Electra on Instagram, CHARMEN_ELECTRA. And that's it.
alrighty. and we got Gabby here. But if you need any
You know,
advice,
I can say.
go for it.
I mean, so I'm private. I'm actually an attorney and very highly paid. So at the end of the day, if any of you guys are putting rude questions about low value women, we really can't answer them because at the end of the day, if you want to know what it takes to get a high valued woman, you would actually ask. But I think you can't. So have a great day.
All
Bye.
right. All right, guys. Thanks for understanding us cutting it short. We were actually doing a pre-record for a little over an hour, so watch that coming up. Again, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back ourselves, Rob and myself, and with more lovely ladies in the near future. So we'll say peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, no, we didn't cut that short. That was too long.
It's
Are you offline? Can you go off?